Which novel virus spreads at an unbelievably quick rate, can spread from animal to human and human to human, can cause flu-like symptoms, has an S-spike glycoprotein that binds to ACE2 receptors. Oh, and it can kill you, too. It's not what you're thinking it is.
If you answered that novel coronavirus from China that causes COVID-19, well, you're not wrong, but nope. Welcome to Wonder Life Labs, where we question everything. I mean, sure, the novel coronavirus that causes COVID-19 is all of those things. However, I'm referring to the virus that was manufactured in the United States in 2015 and shared with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Both viruses appear to be identical in form, mechanisms of action, payload. So let's look at the facts. I'll include all the links below to the documentation, and you can read through it on your own and come up with your own ideas and hopefully circle back around and share what you've learned. First, let's review some quick facts on how to stay safe during the current COVID-19 pandemic. Take this shit seriously, but don't panic. For comparison, SARS infected 8,098 people, killed 774 people over a period of about 8 months. The current COVID-19 infections are up to 94,250 people with 3,214 deaths, and this is in 2 months. And it's still going. Ramping up, probably. And the COVID-19 infections have been seen in 82 countries so far. So when you're out in public, wear an N95 or N100 mask or respirator. These are better than nothing, but far from perfect. The coronaviruses are around 0.12 microns in size, and the N95 or 100 masks filter out 95% or 100% of particles that are 3 microns in size or larger. So already we can see that the virus particles can get through. But at least it's an obstacle. Plus, wearing the mask prevents us from touching our mouths and noses, which is super important. Wear safety goggles when out in public, the kind that completely cover your eyes. You don't want any gaps. Wear disposable gloves and then throw those fuckers out when you're done. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as you can. The number one best measure is to self-isolate. Awesome news for us introverts. Woot woot. That's really the only way to beat this thing. The coronavirus is airborne and an aerosol. So that sucks. This means that the virus can be spread by cough, sneeze, from a surface, or even through vents between rooms, sewer pipes, or just down the street. Viruses such as this can survive on non-porous surfaces for 5 to 28 days. This means that if an infected person touches their mouth or eyes and then a doorknob, that doorknob can infect you weeks later. So again, wash your hands like all the time. Don't touch your eyes, mouth, or nose. If you do, wash your hands. Again, disinfect all common areas and surfaces. Whenever you see journalists, health professionals, politicians in the media speaking in areas that have had or have infections, but they're not wearing a mask, gloves, and goggles, you can clearly see that they're grossly misinformed or are not taking this seriously, and they're providing a public disservice. That's why we're here talking. Okay, back to the interesting stuff. Let's have a look at some facts. A couple of fun quotes from the study we're about to go through. We built a chimeric virus that encodes a novel zoonotic spike protein in the context of a viable coronavirus backbone. Together, the data confirm the ability of the SHC014 spike to infect human airway cells and underscore the threat of cross-species transmission. The study was conducted at the University of North Carolina, which is a biosafety level 3 lab. Among others, it included 2 scientists employed by the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which is a BSL-4 lab, and it also included a member of the US FDA. Report data was submitted to the National Institutes of Health in November 2015. The SARS-CoV was genetically modified with something called gain of function, primarily in zoonotic spike glycoprotein SHC014. There were 3 other proteins that they used. This one just didn't seem to be more awesome. And they combined that with an MA15 backbone, which is a mouse adaptation. This summary was also published in the Chinese news for Wuhan Institute of Virology publicity. Recall, Wuhan is where the COVID-19 outbreak started. This study was funded by China, the US National Institute of Health, and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, University of North Carolina, and a couple other ones. The study began prior to the US government banning funded research on gain of function. Then the National Institutes of Health later reviewed the ban and decided that this study was exempt and allowed to continue. Gain of function in viral pathology is an ethical time bomb. It's some fucked up shit, but kind of cool, but in a bad way. Gain of function acts as a turbo boost or supercharger. Gain of function is what allows the SARS coronavirus to spread so effectively from human to human. This genetically modified hybrid virus, or chimera virus, was designed to spread and infect super fast and efficiently. The Vero E6 cells that were used for viral replication were supplied by the US Army. The infection mechanisms of action are what the first vaccine candidate are targeting, mainly the spike protein. This study includes detail on infection transmission to host cells via the ACE2 receptors, the same as we see with the current coronavirus. There's treatments underway in China using another HIV drug, and I find this interesting because in the study we're talking about, they did pseudotyping experiments that were based on HIV. Also note that the Wuhan Institute of Virology filed a patent in January 2020 for the application of remdesivir pseudoviruses for novel coronavirus treatment. So I'm not saying that the current SARS-CoV-2 or precursor was jointly made in the USA, then maybe worked on some more and accidentally leaked out of the Wuhan Institute of Virology, but it sure is interesting that none of this is being discussed. It's official data, it's public information, for fuck's sake. A very interesting study just came out of India, and they're investigating the potential HIV aspects of the current coronavirus. They are currently revising their report based on peer review. We'll have the link for that below as well. So we already know we can't trust the government's reporting, especially with the numbers like China and Iran. Really, dudes? Mainstream media is full of shit as usual. So do your own research, stay informed, be prepared, stay safe. I encourage you to stay up to date on what's going on with COVID-19 by checking out the following YouTube channels: Dr. John Campbell, China in Focus NTD, Peak Prosperity, Zooming In with Simone Gao, Dr. Mike Hansen, and Andology. BBC News is pretty good too. So please share your thoughts so we can learn more together. Just don't be a dick. Additional links will be in the description and will be updated as needed. I don't want to bore you with too much detail on genomics and viral study results and analysis here. Again, I'm not an expert. My main areas of study are somewhere down there. Let me know what you would like more information on. I'll do the homework and try to deliver. Thanks for watching and listening. Have an awesome day. Peace.